They are blind. They are deaf. They have no sense of taste or touch. They are completely cut off from the reality of the cosmos. They are trapped in an artificial reality that they call this world. They then bind their souls legally to it through an arcane system of legality that goes back to Atlantis, so that by the time they become an adult, they are contractually obligated to serve Lucifer. They sign their lives away. Not for fame and fortune or anything at all. They are barely even aware of what they have done. They have become an object of international trade. They are property of the people, the entities that own this planet, that Adam gave to Lucifer as ransom, basically to get his wife back. Put the rest of humanity in slavery because of it. Each successive generation has fallen farther from God, farther away from truth, farther away from the cosmos. And no one understands these things because they think they can read a Bible and go to church and everything's going to be okay. And when they die, their soul will be free to go off into the great beyond, and everyone will be alright. Everyone will love everyone, and they'll see their dead grandma when they get there. Women in my family have had abortions and think they're going to see their children when they get to heaven. Sin is not breaking the law. We're contaminated from the start. If people can't see that, they can't see any of it. Adam sold us all away. Christ bought us back. It's as simple as that. That's all you need to know. When I say we're all whores, I actually mean it. It's not an allegory. It's not a metaphor. It is what it is. We are all literal, actual whores of Babylon, of Lucifer. He owns the people. He is not Satan, the adversary. Lucifer, the light bearer. Just an alternate name for the star Venus, the planet Venus. Venus is Lucifer. They were all deities in the ancient world. The Mayans, who had a fucking calendar, they had a calendar designed. The Mayans had 2 calendars, actually 3. They had a solar calendar called the Hob, 360 days plus 5. And then they had the Zolkin, 260-day calendar of Venus, which is to say a calendar of Lucifer. They had a calendar devoted to Lucifer. It just hurts that no one sees this but me. It all makes perfect fucking sense, but nobody can fucking see it. It's about the blood. It's about the covenant. You can tell people straight to their face and they won't even hear it. They'll act like you never said anything at all and go about their life. Like you're talking to a damn chimp. I might as well be talking to a dog. There's probably some fucking parrots out there that can understand this better than these people. It's funny how no one puts it together that Lucifer went after Eve instead of Adam. And he's trying to take Adam's planet away from him. And it was his planet. He was basically king of the earth. He didn't go after him. He didn't fight him. Where did he go? He attacked that which he loved the most. They put him into bondage. He accepted bondage to get her back. And no one puts it together today and thinks that they can still be using women against men today. That's the history of the planet. That's the history of the world. There's men accepting bondage and servitude for their wives. And they try to tell me that we're not whores. We are chattel. Until Christ buys us back. We are their property. Because Adam signed it away. And until Christ returns, this planet will remain under Lucifer's charge. The only thing he does not have control of is the bloodline that God made a covenant with through Abraham, which then produced Christ, who was able to, through his atonement and infusion of his spirit into us by his blood, his blood being placed on the ark, on the Capparith, which is the actual function of the sacrifice. You can't just kill somebody. You can't just die. He couldn't just die on the cross and have it be an atonement. The actual ark had to be there somewhere, and his blood had to be put onto it. Onto the Capparith, the gold plate on top of the box that the presence of God used to be on top of. In the temple, you had the holy place where the ark was, the little room in the back of the holy place. There would be the ark there that they couldn't even look at. They had to fill it with smoke first. They had to throw the blood onto the Capparith. Supposedly, the Shekinah presence of God was there above the ark, above the Capparith. And if you put then the ark in the cave system under Golgotha, then that means not only was Christ the Melchizedek priest officiating, He was the sacrifice as well, being slain, and the blood going down through the cracks when the ground split open to the ark. He was also the presence of God above it. At the same time, all three in one. Who the hell knows that? Who the hell cares about that? Nobody. Never heard Billy Graham say that. For Christ's death to mean anything, the ark had to be there. By his own covenant, by his own law. If it counted at all, that's what it had to be. The ark had been carried out hundreds of years before, and also before that the glory had already left on its own anyway. The presence of God had left. Then they carried the ark out, hid it away so it couldn't be stolen. Then they forgot where the hell it was. So they couldn't put it back in the temple after that. And so since the time of the captivity, they never had a Bible sacrifice anyway. Christ was the first actual sacrifice for the people since 586 BC. But that's when he brought us back. Not everyone. The children of Adam, which is what he has shown me is the white race. The descendants of Abraham, which is a subset of that race that you have to be a part of to be eligible for salvation or sanctification. But not only that, but since it's a genetic marker, it's not guaranteed that everyone would have it anyway. It's only those that do, like having blue eyes or brown hair. It's a genetic marker. The Bible says the life is in the blood. They're not kidding. It is in the blood. Your life is in the blood. No way around it. It's more serious than anyone can imagine. And that's why they want to splice our DNA with animals. That's why they want to put chips in our brain. That's why they want to dehumanize us. Why the hell do you think all the Egyptian gods had animal heads? That's what they were doing in Atlantis when he destroyed their civilization. That's what Lucifer was taking part of back then when he was head of the church. He was defiling their bloodline. Lucifer was never an angel, never a cherub. He was the head of the church at the time, of his species, the caretaker of the covenant of his people. In Atlantis. Nobody knows that. Nobody cares to know. Nobody cares to know. So many people. I used to talk to Christians. Christians are the worst people to talk to. They'll listen to you, they'll talk to you, but they don't believe you. Who the hell are you? You're just some guy. And back then, I was like 20. I mean, you know. The hell are they going to do listening to you? They're following the preacher. Look at him. Prophet is never accepted in his own country, his own people, because they know him. That's why your own family disowns you when you pick up the truth because they remember you when you were a kid. Who the hell are you to tell them? Then they judge you. They accuse you of changing on them because you won't go to Thanksgiving dinner with them or Christmas or something. God does something to you when you wake up. He opens your eyes. You stop laughing at their damn jokes. You stop being able to eat dinner with them, and you'll sit there at the dinner table and just look at them, and you'll know they're all still dead, and that you cannot reach them. You can't laugh and joke with them anymore. It's not a part of you anymore. And how much more so for the rest of the world you never knew in the first place. I swear, all this love, peace and harmony crap, all these preachers and all these Christians talk about, they are squarely full of shit. Everyone just wants their plastic Jesus on the dashboard. Crucifix and a picture of Mary. They don't care about God. All they care about is their bogus traditions, the traditions of man. If there is anyone here listening to me, they're probably pretty tired of my sermonizing. But it would only be because of its truth. He said we have to hate our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, and ourselves. We said we have to carry our cross. We have to die to ourselves. There was a man that asked him, what must he do to be saved? Called him a good sir. He said, good sir, what must I do to be saved? He said, why do you call me good when there is none good but God? There was a guy that said he would follow him, but he had to bury his father. He said, let the dead bury the dead. Let the dead bury the dead. He knew the man was going to go back anyway, and he said, let the dead bury the dead. He was calling the man dead to his face. He said, you can't be saved. What are you asking me for? Basically, that's another way of saying what he told the Pharisees, that your father is not Abraham, your father is Satan, because you do the works of Satan. Basically what he told that man about his father. Let the dead bury the dead. And until you reach a point when you can look at your own family and see that they are dead, if they don't respond to what you tell them, then you haven't changed. Nothing has happened. Nothing's different. You're still in the world. He told that man, what must he do to be saved? He told him to sell everything he had and give the money to the poor. And it says the man walked away because he had great possessions. That doesn't mean you have to sell all your crap to be saved. That means he was fucking with him because he wasn't meant to be saved in the first place. He's just messing with him. Might as well told him to stand on his head and do a fucking dance. Because you can't do anything to be saved. Only Christ can save you. I swear, I'm just getting real tired of these people. Tired of these animals. Nobody gets it. I honestly feel like I'm the only one. I know Elijah felt the same way. I feel like he does. Or he did. Sitting under that tree, asking God to kill him, because there's nobody left that understands the truth. That's Elijah. They didn't even know about Christ. People try to make the Old Testament people Christians, you know. Doesn't work that way. Those guys, I don't even believe the Old Testament. You know, it's like half and half. Like I was talking about before. There is historical truth to it, but the stories that are told, I think, are mostly, well, let's just say they're embellished. Exaggerated for effect. But I still believe these were hardcore believers in Yahweh. People you didn't want to mess with. So he was crying out to God one day in despair. Of course, in the story, God renewed his spirits, his faith. These people weren't just holier than thou, old guys with beards, you know, just sitting down and writing books. These guys had hard lives. We didn't get to be Isaiah just because God just tapped you on the shoulder one day and said, hey, write this book. I say hard. I mean socially. If my life has been any experience to show what their life was like, then I can tell you no one listens, no one understands. It's almost like they built an entire religion. The religion that is built around the Bible has nothing to do with what the Bible's about. Judaism, Catholicism, and Protestantism, all three, have nothing to do with what the Bible's about. Not only am I convinced I'm the last guy to know what it is, I'm the first person in a long goddamn time to really have any real clear understanding of it. That's why I call myself the last Melchizedek. The last one before me was Christ. But of course I didn't call myself that, it's what he called me. Every 2,000 years he renews the contract, the covenant. It's based off these zodiacal ages. 2,160 years apiece. Pisces began 60 BC. Christ was born a few years BC. His life inaugurated the age of grace. The age of grace ends at the beginning of the age of Aquarius. The age of grace will end. It is a period of grace, a grace period. Not indefinite. It gives us a time to go over these things, to sort it all out, figure it out, and decide where we stand. But this time frame does not last forever. And if you go back to the Old Testament, you find what kind of God you're going to be dealing with when time runs out. And he's not some goddamn hippie teddy bear. I can tell you that. The Assyrians captured northern Israel, took away the 10 tribes captive. Then they went down, they were going to capture southern Israel as well, Judah. But God did not want them to, so he sent an angel. This angel, according to the Old Testament, wiped out the majority of the Assyrian army himself. I forget the number. I want to say it's 180,000 people. 180,000 men. That this angel of God killed in about 3 days. That's the Old Testament. That's your God. And that's what it means to serve God. And these people that think God is coming back to save them, that he's a God of love and peace and harmony and infinite joy, have no fucking clue what they're involved in here. When he comes back, he will pour out his wrath on the earth. And if you don't have the blood on your door, You are in for a world of hurt. John said that he will melt the earth with a fervent heat, remodel it, and make a new earth. A new earth and a new heaven. All the skyscrapers, all the city skylines, all the houses, all the cars, all the plastic crap, all the computers and technology, all the diamonds and gold, all the goofy clothes, all the women's shoes and handbags and all the shit they covet. Everything that man has prided themselves on in their history, we've melted back down into the dirt, into the soil from where it came. And them along with it. It hurts. And it is offensive to me that they cannot comprehend, that they cannot care for anything that I would tell them, anything that I would show them. It's just their life. And when they die, they will know what it was. Then it will be too late. There's no going back, there's no changing, no second chances. It's just the end. And hell awaits. Until then, they'll just keep being drunk, retarded children who can't see the forest for the trees or the light that blinds their eyes. They'll keep chasing the sun around the world, never getting anywhere. Being slaves to the system, whores of the beast, and dead inside. And that's the world I know. That's the world I see.